There's something I want to say, but I'm not sure if I should say that. Just say it. Just don't get mad. I won't, I promise. Well, it's kind of hard to say. So what is it? Never mind, maybe I shouldn't. Hey, are you kidding me? You can't just stop there. Alright, I will say it. Just say it. In China, conversations like this are very common. When we want to give advice, disagree, or say something the other people might not like, we often circle around the point for a long time. In some places, saying it directly isn't just awkward, it can be dangerous. When speaking directly becomes dangerous, people don't stop speaking. They just find another way. In that context, a style of expression using symbols and signs became common, and this is what we call Chenwei. In today's video, we will look at what Chenwei is, how it developed in Chinese history, the psychological mechanism behind it, the kind of similar language we see in the West, and finally, how this way of speaking still shows up in our daily life. So, what is Chenwei? It's a way of speaking without stating the conclusion directly. Instead, meaning is wrapped inside symbols, omens, and carefully chosen coincidences. Here is a classic situation. I am a minister in ancient China, and I want to advise the emperor not to raise taxes. If I say, "This will anger the people," that sentence alone could easily offend the emperor. So I choose another path. I tell the emperor that a stone was dug out of the ground, and its markings look like the word light. The emperor gets curious. What kind of stone is it? Let me see. Later, I let the workers bring the stone to the court and said, "This stone should be heavy, but it calls itself light." Even the workers felt their burden was lighter, so they could serve you more efficiently. Maybe that stone is a sign saying that what we are doing right now already feels right to the people and to heaven. Now, even if the emperor disagrees, I haven't openly challenged him. This is the key function of Chenwei. It turns a clash of opinions into a shared interpretation of science. From a psychological perspective, this kind of indirect conversation is very common. In high-risk relationships, people instinctively avoid direct confrontation. Clear statements can feel threatening, while symbols and hints create emotional buffer space. So this isn't avoiding the issue, it is managing tension within a relationship. At the same time, the human mind is extremely good at searching for meaning. When the world feels unstable or uncertain, we become more sensitive to signs feel directional. They make uncertainty feel understandable. That's why Chenwei often appears during political transitions. Originally, it wasn't about gentle advice, it was about legitimacy. During dynastic change, leaders needed the people to believe their rights followed a large order. In 209 BCE, near the collapse of the Qin dynasty, Chen Sheng and Wu Guang led an uprising after facing execution under crash laws. Before the Chen Sheng and Wu Guang uprising, two things were done. First, a piece of silk saying Chen Sheng will be the king was hidden inside a fish, creating the signs of an omen. Second, people imitate fox cries at night, shouting, "The true dynasty will rise." The goal wasn't to fool everyone. It was to create a feeling. This wasn't random. It is a part of a greater trend. A similar logic appeared before Wu Zetian took power. She was the only woman in Chinese history to rule as emperor in her own name. Buddhist texts were reinterpreted to predict a distant female ruler, using familiar beliefs to make an unprecedented rule feel legitimate. If we see Chenwei as a way to turn uncertain into meaning, we will notice it's not unique to China. We see similar patterns today. The predictions people found in the symptoms, sports cursors everyone talks about, or the modern versions that sounds more scientific. AI predicts or data shows. Psychology tells us why this works. We remember the hits and forget the misses. When the same claim is repeated often enough, it starts to feel like fact. In the age of big data, information bubbles amplify this effect. That's how truths get constructed. But this way of speaking isn't only used to control or mobilize. In daily life, it often appears in much gentler forms, like using the wind to remind a friend to be careful, or reading the palm of someone you care about and hinting that love might be approaching. Often, we know exactly what we want to say. We just know saying it directly might be awkward or uncomfortable. So we use symbols, jokes, and hints to leave space for acceptance. From this angle, Chenwei isn't about silence, it's about softening the words. It wraps blunt truth in kindness, giving advice and affection a layer of shared understanding. I'm Little Bamboo Yayue. I want to share these ideas with you in my own voice. If you'd like to hear more about Chinese philosophy, subscribe and stay connected. See you next time.